Right now, Houston's Morning News continues with Jimmy Barrett and Shara Fryer.
7:17 our time here on News Radio 740 KTRH. All right, service dogs. Just about every restaurant, just about every business in the greater Houston area has a little sign posted at their store that basically says no dogs allowed except for service dogs. I think people figured that out a long, long time ago, and there are people who like to take their pets wherever they go. I get that. I like to take my dog wherever I go too, but the bottom line is, should we just be allowing anybody who has a vest to come into your business? Joining us is pet health and longevity expert Lauriston Crockett. Lauriston, first of all, let's start with this. How often is this being abused, do you think, where people are just slapping a vest on the family pet so they can take them wherever they want to go?
Well, I think it's widespread, and I think it has to do a lot with not having proper education and the difference between a service dog and a therapy dog. And there's a lot of scams online where you can just get that certification and get those vests and those little collars that you can put on your dog, and really, but you really need to get an ESA letter.
Part of the problem, isn't it, that it takes so long because service dogs have to be trained specifically to the person who needs them. I got an email this morning from a woman who has trained her own dog. Otherwise, it's paying tens of thousands of dollars to get a dog, waiting for who knows how long. And there's just a lot of gray area, isn't there, in the law?
There is a lot of gray area. Matter of fact, it's not really being watched after at all. I mean, if you get online, you can see scam after scam after scam. Basically, all they're doing is just telling you, tags and
whoops. You're breaking up, Lauriston. Let's see if we can make a little better contact here. Give you a second to get into a little better place than your cell and let you start over on that one because you broke up most of that. Go ahead and try again.
Yes, absolutely. How's this? Absolutely. There's a lot of scams. You can get online right now, and there's one website after the other just selling gear and fake letters, and you can register on their website, which really means nothing because you really need the emotional support letter, the SA letters, or it could be actually considered a crime.
I guess part of the problem is that very few businesses are going to question you on this, right? Because they don't want a confrontation, they don't want a problem, and they don't know what to ask for anyway.
Well, number one, yes, they're not educated about it. When you come in, they're going to think this is an official dog, which is in many cases it could be, in other cases it couldn't, but they also do not want to get into a problem with the Disability Act, which could be considered a felony. These dogs are protected. But again, because these dogs are protected, there's a lot of scams out there because they know there's such a gray area.
Yeah, because there's a difference between service dogs, therapy dogs, and emotional support animals.
That's exactly what I was about to say. There is a big difference. A therapy dog basically is there for PTSD or for anxiety or things of this nature. A service dog actually provides a service. And if you do have that tag that says service dog on there, you need to be able to tell them exactly what service this dog requires. Is it helping you get a door? Is there other things going on? Or do you have a problem with seizures? Whereas a therapy, and also these dogs you usually do not pet. They're working. Compared to a therapy dog, they're more open. You can take them into churches or you can take them into hospitals and visit people. And these dogs are usually you're going to pet, and they're going to give a lot of comfort to other people.
Is it only a service dog that's covered under the law? In other words, this doesn't cover therapy dogs?
Well, they're both covered under the law, but they don't have the same rights.
And again, I'm guessing businesses don't understand the difference probably most of the time.
They're afraid.
Sure.
They can ask. They can legally ask, is this dog to help with a specific disability? But they're afraid to because they're afraid they'll get sued.
But you cannot go back. Like you can ask me, is this dog a service dog or is this dog a therapy dog? Yes, it is. What does this dog actually provide? It provides this. But then you cannot go further and ask me, does this dog provide this to you?
Right. Okay, well, as you say, it's a problem that seems to be getting worse, and there's very little, like I said, that most businesses can or are willing to do about it. So I guess until we fine-tune the law a little bit and give retailers little teeth, then that's not going to be...
Well, and let me give you a little tip here also. The AKC has a good citizenship certification you get, and it's a 3-tier test that you must pass. I think that's where we first start because you must find out about the temperament of these animals, and when you do, then you can go forward, but find a credible dog trainer that is registered with the AKC, and also check out with your veterinarians and also with the city what the requirements are, and therefore we won't have these issues.
All right, Lauriston, thanks for joining us. That is pet health and longevity expert Lauriston Crockett here on News Radio 740 KTRH.